Galactic Standard Date. Year 11356. Day 96. Sol Standard Date. 4th of the 8th, 3267. Tel Arctan was watching the progress of the nukes heading towards the priest, when the few remaining members of the Psy-Corps started suddenly getting down on their knees and praying as hard as they could. They slammed their heads into the dirt and started their prayers all around Tel Arctan, who was just standing there in staring confusion. The closest Psy-Warrior to her was praying loud enough for her to hear. "O great Lunicia, thank you for heeding your lowly servant's pleas for help, sending unto us an apostle of the gods. I will surely dedicate myself more thoroughly." Tel Arctan tilted her head to the side and clapped her mandibles together to get the Psyker's attention. "What in the shit are you talking about? Apostle? Apostle of what? What the actual fuck is going on?" The Psy-Corps member quickly stood and turned to salute the general. "Ma'am, we felt a massive discharge of Veil energy that did not originate from the High Priest of Mail. Upon casting our sight further for the use of the holy magics, we were met with the sight of a known Fearless Admiral Silvan, who was wielding the powers of both death and hatred. Lady Nulicia herself must have sent this apostle to us, through her sibling gods." Tel Arctan groaned. "So you didn't confirm that this apostle is here to help us, nor was it likely sent by our patron goddess because you said he was wielding the powers of death and hatred, which run antithetical to the powers of love and life that our goddess wields. He's not mailed with his time and envy, but it does not put me at ease, soldier." The psychic warrior grinned. "No. Nulicia spoke of a sister before, a sister who was driven to insanity by Mail. Her name was Maleficus. She said that Maleficus was a trusted and loved sister to her. She said that life and death go together perfectly. I will believe that this is the work of our goddess and her allies. With respect, all due respect, General." With that said, Tel Arctan scoffed and turned her gaze to the sky, where a battle amongst godly beings was taking place. That's when the unthinkable happened. She watched as one of the famed warlords of Mel was cut in half, straight down the middle. She felt a small twinge in her heart for a second at the sight. Her body felt a tingling sensation, and she couldn't help but scream to the heavens, "Fuck yes! Fuck them up! Cut them to pieces!" Silvan quickly threw himself, sword first, through the body of the tentacled giant, fully bisecting the tentacle behemoth. Once he emerged on the other side, he was met with several blades of veil energy that the priest had preemptively fired. He dodged the first and shrunk his blade to half the mountainous size it was, before parrying the second and third blades. "My sword is vastly more condensed than those pissy little crescent moons you'll be throwing. They will never be able to break my blade. Even if you can use more energy than I at one time, you won't be able to take me down so easily now. I condensed the energy to make this blade with the same level of force you would find on the surface of a neutron star, so good luck, bitch." The priest narrowed his many eyes and shook slightly before bursting into unrestrained laughter. "You know nothing. Such a tiny whelp dares to challenge me? Know this, tiny one. My name is Alkaresh, High Priest of the Order, a master of free disciples. I have lived through tens of thousands of wars. I've seen the birth of this universe, and I will see his death. Fear the wrath of our god, the universal catastrophe known as Mail. Die!" The priest suddenly began to mutter and glow, as runic inscriptions began to burn themselves onto his very skin. His eyes turned gold, and the runic inscriptions began to glow gold as well. He splayed his tentacles upward, and began to tremble as a golden light began to cover every inch of his body. Silvan's hair stood on end, as he felt the waves of energy coming from Alkaresh create ripples through space-time itself. He felt his throat dry, and his stomach tightened into a knot, as he watched the gold light on his body turn into armor made of condensed veil energy, while the light on his tentacles turned into blaze like a midsummer moon. Silvan chuckled. "Hehe, this really needs to be paired with boss music." He leveled his blade at the Alkaresh, and steadied himself, before growing the blade to match the size of Alkaresh's. He simultaneously opened a rift behind himself to replenish his energy, and began charging the sword with energy in the form of Veilfire. The yet unnamed Psy-Corps member, next to the general, started muttering and shook her head. "Wait, I have seen this before. It was in the memories of the ancients. Her eyes started to glow red, and she began twitching as she said in an otherworldly voice, "Now is the time. Two titans meet. All is as it was written. A being of great power will descend unto our lands to assist us in times of our greatest need, and dash our enemies across the lands. The ruffle and bile will dye our world, and we will know. The only thing they fear is death, for death transcends time. Death comes for all, even the children of the mad god Mail." She said this as a maddened look overtook her eyes. "All was prophesied by Lunicia millennia ago. It is time. We must inform the clergy of this. This marks the beginning of the Second God's War that could consume the multiverse." Tarlactan watched as the rest of the Psy Corps seemed to be going through similar revelations, as she felt just a touch of envy. The Psy Gals haven't ever acted like this. This won't be some small event. Fuck, I really want to watch closer to the action. She started fidgeting, as she thought about the epic battle unfolding overhead. Tom Malley was sitting in her office sighing as she watched her tactical map begin reading Armageddon-grade magical signatures battle on the edge of the atmosphere. I'm thankful for the opportunity to survive, but why do I feel like this is going to cause so much paperwork for me?